This is a Film Stories original podcast.
We made this.
Welcome back to the X-Cast. The truth is in here. I'm your host, Sarah Blair, and you're listening to our special coverage of minute 24 of the X-Files Fight the Future. We've got this minute beginning at 23:00, and Mulder's eating some sunflower seeds, and we've got some Skinner, and then we've got them ending this scene with talking about who's to blame for this building blowing up. And Cathy is back. Welcome back, Cathy.
Hi,
Glinski.
Sarah.
Cathy Glinski. Cathy G. In the house. All right. We've got Mulder eating sunflower seeds is like his favorite thing to do. But you know what? I noticed something because I had my headphones on. I was watching this on my laptop.
Yeah.
He's throwing them on the floor. Throwing the shells on the floor.
Right, just in the hallway of the Hoover building. That's pretty gross.
Come on, Mulder.
At least put them in your pocket. Come on. Good
night. Because I was so shocked, Cathy. I was shocked, I tell you, that I heard that. And I was like, did I just hear him drop that on the floor?
So you heard it drop on the floor?
I did.
Wow.
Because I specifically, I heard it. I was like, I did not just hear that. And I went back and I listened to it, and then I heard it, and I was like, oh. And then I went back just to make sure, and it definitely is the sound of a sunflower seed falling to the floor. I heard it. He's just dropping them on the floor.
Well, that's
rude.
Yes.
Also, I would like to critique the way he eats the sunflower seeds.
Okay.
Do you eat sunflower seeds like that in the shell?
No.
Because I picked up the habit because of Mulder and the X-Files. I would go out as a teenager when I was watching this show. I was like, Mulder likes sunflower seeds. I'm going to go get me some sunflower seeds. I love it. I mean, because I liked them before. Like, my mom would get me the shelled kind when I was little.
Yeah.
And I would eat them, and I liked them. But I was like, I'm going to be like Mulder on the X-Files. I'm going to eat sunflower seeds. But I had never seen anybody else eat sunflower seeds before. So I just, shoved a whole bunch in my mouth because I was very impatient, inside the shell. And, kind of, suck the salt off a little bit. And, open them one at a time with my teeth. And then spit out the shells. And, in a little dish. I was at least polite enough to use a little dish.
You didn't do it on the floor. Okay.
No.
Good.
Or, a trash can nearby. But I guess the Hoover building doesn't have enough trash cans in the hallway for Mulder to discard these sunflower seeds. I mean, at least he wasn't spitting them across the room.
Yeah, I guess
he was just dropping them like a squirrel. Eats them like a squirrel. But anyways, this is what we have to talk about here. We've got to talk about this 1 minute for a whole 15 minutes.
So let's focus on the sunflower seeds for a little longer here.
Yeah. I'm sorry to be so nitpicky about these sunflower seeds, David Duchovny, but...
So do you think there's something wrong in his technique other than they spits them on the floor?
Mm-mm.
Okay, all right.
It's to each his or her own, I suppose. I personally don't do it that way. So
right. I buy them already shelled.
I have a different technique. They're good on salads.
Yes, that's where I put them.
Yes, you can put them in smoothies. Do you eat sunflower butter, like peanut butter, but sunflower butter?
I have never had that.
Well, it's good for people with peanut allergies because you can eat sunflower seeds. Apparently, I have some friends whose children have allergies, and they eat the sunflower seed butter.
Okay. Good
so there you go, the things you learn on the X-Cast. Guess what? It's Skinner comes back.
Yeah.
He comes out in the hallway. We got more Skinner.
Yeah. I love this conversation between them. I mean, he's just, giving Mulder the facts of life. It's like, okay, this is what you got to know. That, if it looks bad for the FBI, it's bad. And they've got to place the blame somewhere, and they're just trying to come up with a narrative that makes sense. And I love his speech, but it just, this whole business of placing the blame on Mulder and Scully, I just don't get it. I have not understood how it could ever be placed on them when they're the ones who found the bomb, right?
Right? And they got everybody out of the building.
Yes. So how is it their fault? The rest of the FBI was on a building across the street. If Mulder and Scully hadn't done this, everyone in that building dies, not just the people who.
Right?
Yeah. So.
Do they somehow convolutedly think that they planted the bomb? No, because then they would be in jail.
That's the implication, right?
No.
Yeah, exactly. So I think, and what Skinner's trying to say is, well, they've got to place the blame somewhere, and you're the easiest target. And I guess.
Is it because they broke protocol?
That's what they're saying. But if they hadn't broke protocol, everyone in the building dies, right?
They'd be dead. Maybe that's what they wanted, though.
They wanted Mulder and Scully dead. So then I was starting to wonder, was this the whole blaming them? Is it because they were actually being targeted? They wanted to shut down the X-Files. They want to get rid of Mulder and Scully. They're just a thorn in their side, plus of not only the FBI, but whoever's in the syndicate. Maybe that's where we're headed with that.
Okay, so from what I understand, tell me if this is what you think. I'm curious. Okay, so from what I have grasped of the movie thus far, Mulder and Scully, they had the bomb threat was called into the building across the street.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first of all, number one, if they really wanted to hide these bodies and blow up an entire freaking building just to hide these bodies, why would there be a bomb threat in the first place?
Why is it called in to the beginning?
Why would they call it in? Why not just blow it up?
Yeah.
Like 9/11.
Yeah.
Maybe that was alien conspiracy. Let's not talk about alien conspiracies in 9/11. But, okay, first of all, so why would they even call in a bomb threat? Number one. Why call it into the one across the street? They're searching across the street. Darius Michaud, Special Agent Darius Michaud, he knows they're searching the wrong building.
He does.
Did he not think that it's going to go off? Was he the one that planted it?
No, the black-haired man planted it.
Oh, that's right. But he knew about it, so he was in on this. He did
know about it, yeah.
So was his job to keep everybody, over in the other building, and then Mulder and Scully, slipped out from beneath his grasp?
Yeah, this whole business of the bomb threat.
But it's Chris Carter,
it just doesn't make sense.
Don't question the X-Files.
It makes for a great movie, though.
It was very exciting. It was so intense.
We got to hear Scully take charge. It was worth it. I'm not going to question it too hard.
Best line in the whole movie, right?
Yeah.
So let's not question that. But they're trying to blame Mulder and Scully for searching the wrong building and saving everybody.
And saving everyone.
How dare
except
you?
The people who are already dead.
How dare you, Mulder and Scully? Save thousands of people.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And including a whole batch of school children who happened to be in the building at the time.
Right?
So, saved them. I like to thank them.
But they didn't save Special Agent Darius Michaud.
No, that's right. He actually is the only one who died in the blast.
That's true. He's the only one who died. Yep. Which is interesting because in the previous minute, didn't our Blackadder Cassidy character say that they died in the explosion?
Yes.
Or did she say their bodies were found? I think she said they died in the explosion.
I don't remember how she phrased it, but we
know
that their bodies.
And Mulder asked if they died.
Yeah, we were under the impression that everyone got out. Is what he said.
So, but that was the last episode.
That was the last one. Moving on. Well, so so Mulder tries, so Skinner comes out and says, they need to place the blame. And Mulder says, well, it was all me. I was the one who broke protocol. And Skinner says, Scully's in there saying the same thing about her. She's taking the blame on herself. And I kind of adore that.
I know. They've got each other's backs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Skinner sees through both of them.
Of course he does.
He does.
Oh, Papa Skinner.
Yeah, but he's really good in this confrontation with Mulder. Just
Intense.
He's like, this is how it's happening, and whether you think it's right or not, Mulder, they really don't care. They just want to place the blame, and you're the easiest one. So, yeah,
because he's made himself easy. If he just listened to Skinner and do what Skinner strongly suggests with his powerful gaze. If Mulder would just listen to Skinner, I mean,
he should ask himself, what would Skinner do?
That's right. He should wear a little bracelet around his wrist called WWSD. Or WWWSD. What would Walter Skinner do?
WWW. What would Walter do? No, you gotta have the Skinner in there.
Yeah. Yeah. What would assistant director?
WWADWSD. There you go.
I'm totally making this bracelet now.
It's catchy,
It is. If you can actually get it right.
Just a reminder. Ask yourself.
Available in the XCast shop.
Online shop.
Oh dear. Tell us some of the things that Rob Bowman said on the commentary about this.
So yeah, Rob Bowman and I think Chris Carter were talking about the composition of the scene and how it was just very impressive to see the hallway and Mulder and Skinner right there. And Bowman joked that they joked that Rob Bowman doesn't like to do close-ups. He always likes to do these wide shots. But you need some close-ups in this scene, particularly. You have to see their faces. And he said, well, remember, a close-up in a movie theater is 40 feet tall, or I don't remember how.
Yeah.
But he said that one of the things he was always conscious about when he was making this movie is that people were paying to see this. It's not like they just flipped the channel and there it was, which is what the X-Files usually was, that they were paying to see it. They were making an effort to go out of their homes and sit in a movie theater to see this. So he really wanted to make it look great, and that he had composed every shot with that in mind. And so this scene in the hallway was just, every scene in the movie. I mean, that was what his goal was, but he was very conscious of it. And even though he didn't like doing close-ups, he had to do them in this, but he tried to keep that big movie feel in all of the scenes that we see. So.
I really appreciate that about him.
I do.
That's
yeah.
Beautiful. That's that's a really nice thing. Thank you, Rob Bowman.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that comes across even on the weekly episodes too.
Yeah.
Every scene that he shot was gorgeous, but yeah, I like the idea that he's thinking, well, we got to give them their money's worth,
Yeah, exactly.
So that was really cool.
That is cool. I like that. You don't really I've never thought about it that way before, actually, but it's nice. I like that.
Yeah,
I'll definitely pay big money for a close-up on Skinner anytime. I think that about does it for this episode. We better stop while we're ahead, right, Cathy?
Skinner's head, yeah.
You said it, not me.
Exactly.
We are professionals here. Oh, friends. All right. So that concludes minute 24 of Fight the Future Minute. And upcoming, we've got minute 25. Cathy's going to be back with me for minute 25. I'm excited to talk about Mulder suddenly learning the rules. He's very specific about the rules in the next minute. That will do it for us on minute 24. And Until next time, friends, trust no one.
Previously on the We Made This Network. Observing the Pattern, a Fringe podcast.
Yeah, I think there's a line, I don't recall if it's in the 2 episodes we've done or episodes I've seen recently, where in one episode where he kind of goes, it's not my, I think it was the previous episode we recorded actually, I think, and he says something along the lines of, I know it's not my pay grade, but this is happening, and so he's aware of it. He's not a stupid person. No. He knows there's something's going on, but he's just not that way inclined to make the leap, really.
He's got this wonderful way of just taking everything in his stride.
We Buy Records.
Is he still alive, Bob Dylan?
Yes, Bob Dylan's still alive, yes.
Well, I thought people tweeted about a song the other day, and I thought he was dead.
He put out his first song in quite a while, and it's about 17 minutes long. Yeah. It's almost like, Billy Joel, We Didn't Start the Fire.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a big list of things.
Yes.
That's what the Bob Dylan song is as well. So if you want to hear 17 minutes of things being listed,
Without a Mouse.
Well, for all my sins, I remember watching this at the time. It's weird, like my dad downloaded it, and I think he thought he was helping me out because I just started doing my film degree, I think. This was like 2007. So he just thought, oh yeah, download lots of films for you, but like nothing of any intellectual value. Just like, yeah, here's Pirates of the Caribbean and here's Wild Hogs. So yeah, thanks.
So your dad was the Disney Plus back then?
More or less, yeah. But it was more like Disney DVR Plus.
Check out all of these shows and more on the We Made This podcast network.